What's up, y'all? I am Marcus, also known as Epic Name Bro, and welcome back to Dark Souls 3. I have got terrible news, and I've got good news. The terrible news is that this is a new character named EMB2. I recorded for about 3 hours last night, and then my solid state drive failed. So the problem with this, I lost all my footage. You can't get a first playthrough back. So we will not be blind for the first 1.5 areas of this game. I'm sorry. I've waited months and months and months to show you guys a blind playthrough and been fucking fighting to avoid spoilers left and right. And then this fucking shit happened. And But the good news is I enjoyed that first area and a half. So let's just get right back into it today, because this game has been We're about to have some fun, boys. Treat this like one of my normal Let's Plays for the next area and a half, then we're gonna be blind again. I'm sorry. You have no idea how frustrating this is for me. But it is what it is. And what it is Firelink Shrine? What the hell are you talking about? That's my reaction when I walked in here. I was like, Firelink Shrine? So this is in no way, like, it just doesn't, no matter how I look at this doesn't seem to be the original Firelink Shrine. And this isn't Lordron right here. This is not. So I guess they're kind of messing with us with the name here. I think this is a Firelink Shrine. But there's some treasure up there on the rafters that I still don't know how to get to. I have an idea as how to get there, but there's also this.
Welcome to the bonfire, unkindled one. I am a firekeeper. I tend to the flame and tend to thee. The lords have left their thrones and must be delivered to them. To this end, I am at thy side.
Okay, she calls us an unkindled one. Not an undead, she calls us unkindled. She says the lords are gone from their thrones. As we can kind of see, those thrones there look pretty fucking empty. But she says they must be delivered? Like we have to forcibly drag the lords back to their thrones, and you're gonna help us? You sound crazy, and you look like the Maiden in Black. For you guys who didn't play Demon Souls on the PlayStation 3, the original kind of Souls game, there was a character very, very similar to this. Also of note, she didn't say she's the Firekeeper, she said she's a Firekeeper.
Ashen One, to be unkindled is to be a vessel for souls. Sovereignless souls will become thy strength. I will show thee how. Ashen One, bring me souls plucked from their vessels. These
ownerless souls will become that. This is so 100% Maiden in Black. In Demon Souls, the Maiden in Black says, "Let these ownerless souls become thine own," and she talks about how souls that you find withdrawn from their vessels will embolden your sickly spirit. Well, she doesn't say the embolden your sickly spirit part, but you know.
Very well. Then touch the darkness within me. Take nourishment from these sovereignless souls.
Touch the darkness with... The Maiden in Black says touch the demon with it. Anyway, I'm a little bit torn on this Firekeeper right now, because she is so 100% the Maiden in Black from Demon Souls that it's difficult to see anything else there. I think I want to go up to 16 strength. For those of you guys who may be new to this series, and for that matter, Dark Souls 3 does a couple of things different that I've noticed so far. Vigor increases your HP and frost resistance. This gives you more focus points and also gives you additional attunement slots, I guess, for spells. Endurance gives you stamina and lightning and bleeding resistance. Physical defense, as well as equipment load. Strength, so if you have strength and dexterity, ooh, also reduces spell casting time and reduces damage taken when falling. Interesting. Hey, that's really... So strength will increase our attack power when we have strength-based weapons. Dex will increase it when we have dex-based weapons. They both kind of work together for a lot of weapons that have scaling in both. Intelligence for sorceries, faith for miracles, and pyromancy is affected by both. Wow, okay. That's a good change. Pyromancy in Dark Souls 1 was affected by neither. It was just something that no matter what, you could have good pyromancy, but in this, you have to have both intelligence and faith if you want to do a pyro build. That's cool. They also have a luck stat. I'm not a big fan of luck stats that just increase your item discovery. This one actually does something a little different because it increases your item discovery, but also ups your bleeding and poison capabilities. So I'm not really sure how that's going to play out. It may be alright, but if they're just talking about your bleed and poison defense, then I don't know. But for now, we're just going to take 16 points of strength, and I want to save some souls. Yeah, we'll go ahead and level up.
Ashen One, I'm Ashen One.
And she's just repeating.
Farewell, Ashen One. May the flames guide thee.
That is 100% Demon Souls right there. But you probably noticed during that cutscene something that is 100,000% Dark Souls right over here. This guy. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. This is actually Andre of Astora? From Lordran? Andre?
Well, a newcomer, I see. I am Andre. I serve at this shrine as a humble smith, forging weapons. You're in search of the Lords of Cinder, I trust? A toilsome journey, I'd wager. You'll require good arms. Let me smith you weapons. I am a smith, such is my purpose.
He notably does not claim to be Andre of Astora. He just says he's Andre. I have to say, my feeling on this so far, when I first saw Andre, I was like, oh, that is awesome, fucking Andre is here. But now I'm feeling like, this could either be really cool or really, really lazy. Like, if this is Andre of Astora and they manage to tie it in the story why he's here, then that's great. But if not, then that's extremely lazy. And it just feels like kind of pandering to Dark Souls fans or Demon Souls fans in the case of the not Maiden in Black in there. That's what I'm officially calling her from now on, the not Maiden in Black. She's not. She's not. She's a Firekeeper, totally.
Weapons,
he's not giving us lore information here. He's giving us basic tips, which I will explain more succinctly. Alright, so if your weapon, when you use your weapons, they lose durability, you can repair them at a bonfire. If it completely breaks, then you need to bring it to old Andre for him to fix it. Reinforcing weapons just makes them stronger. You use normal Titanite to do this. You see, we could already increase our longsword if we wanted to. Infusing weapons will let you alter its properties. So, like, for example, if we had a refined gem, then we would be able to, no, not controls, we would be able to increase the attribute bonuses for a weapon, so that's going to be good for characters with high stats. Raw gems will remove the attribute bonuses but raise the base damage, so this will be good for characters with low stats or who are trying to use a weapon that they don't have the scaling stats for. For example, if you wanted to use a dex-based weapon but you had a strength character that didn't have much dex, then maybe raw would be better. I don't know. We'll see how the math works out. In Dark Souls 1 it was worthless, but so far it looks okay. Not great, but okay. And then I started the game with a gift, the fire gem, because there was no pendant. I was really wishing there was a pendant, but no trolls this time, I guess. The fire gem will make it fire elemental, so it will remove all the scaling. It will reduce the base physical, but it will also add fire. Works out to be very similar in power, I think. You would look at the numbers and imagine that it was going to be more powerful than it is, but that's always been the case with Dark Souls elemental weapons. Like, they have split damage types, which means they're affected by 2 types of the enemy's defense. That 99 physical has to go through the enemy's physical defense, the 99 fire has to go through their fire defense, and it just kind of works out. This, a lot Estus.
Oh, by the way, if you find they can...
Okay.
Weapons, but...
He can reinforce our Estus flask if we find a shard. But this a lot Estus, you can actually choose how many Ash Estus or how many normal Estus that you want to have. I'm going to go with 4 normal Estus for now.
Pretty be careful. I don't want to see my work squandered.